Okay guys, so the next step is to transfer your data, your pictures, or videos that you want to have in your Nextcloud. So let's pretend you have your information in this office PC. So you have to transfer the data from this PC to your server. So first of all, we are going to change the owner of your Nextcloud subvolume directory, so you can transfer data from any client. So we are going to change the owner to this. This is your current user. My user is Chris. I can set this to Chris and Chris, but you can do that as well with 1000, which is the first user you created for your operating system. So from your server, we're going to change the owner. So from my server, I'm going to change the owner of my subvolume Nextcloud. So I'm gonna do that. I change the owner of this directory, mnt subvolumes Nextcloud. So now it belongs to Chris, the user Chris. So now I can transfer data to Chris, to this directory of Chris. So I can do that with this command from my client, or from where you have your information. Let's pretend I have information in here. So I'm gonna transfer just one picture, but you can transfer the whole directory. So just copy this one and go here, and let's edit this. So first of all, I use a key, an SSH key, to access to log in to my server. So it is the credential is in root, and then in home my user Chris, and the directory SSH, and it is my key name, which is this one, without the .puv public. I need to use my private to identify myself. And then your data directory, which is let's say it's a picture that is in root, and then it's in home, and then in my user Chris, and then in pictures, and then VLC. This is a picture that I have in this folder, but you can set an entire directory, and I want to copy that to my user, which is Chris, in my server, not my client. In this case it happens to be the same, but this is the server's user, and then my server's LAN IP, which is 192.168.0.210, and I'm going to transfer it to this directory. And it might tell you if you trust the authenticity of this host, which is your server, so you have to type yes. And if you have a passphrase for this key that I am using, you enter your passphrase. I'm using a key to authenticate, not a password. This password is to unlock the key, so I can use the key, but I am identifying myself with the key itself, not this password. So now you see this is copied to my directory where I want to store all my data. So now I need to create a directory in order to deploy from this directory my project. So I'm going to my server again, my server, and I'm going to create this one. I'm going to create this directory, and then I'm going to change the permissions of this directory. Okay. So I set the permissions of this directory where we transfer the data to be accessed, or the owner should be Nextcloud. That's why we set this one after you transfer the data. Okay, So now the Nextcloud is the owner of that information. So I can set my domain with the help of your Pi-hole service. So I can choose, I will choose this one, Nextcloud Nube, and I'm going to set the IP number 4, which is the next available one. So I'm going to copy this and insert it in here in the IP, and I'm going to use this Nextcloud Nube domain, and I'm going to add it, and now it is successfully added. Let's continue. Now we are going to download some files. So I'm gonna copy this, and I'm going to my server, and in my server I'm going to download these ones. So 100, 100, and 100. It was successful. And now let's edit the env file. So you go here, copy this, and now here you can edit your project information. So the variables are the project name. You can leave it like this, Nextcloud, and we have the domain, which is nextcloud.nube, that we previously set, or you can edit this one. You can edit this one as you prefer. So make sure you have this in here accordingly, and your Nextcloud admin user and name and password. So the username, I'm gonna keep it like Chris, and my password is going to be admin. Keep it between the quotation marks, single quotation marks. And this is the database password. You don't really need to modify this, because you usually don't mess with your database, so just keep it like that. Or if you want to change the username and the password, is up to you. Okay, but I recommend not to mess with this DB. And you can set the time zone, your time zone. This is my city, but you can set yours accordingly. So I'm gonna keep it like Chris and admin, right? So you go with Ctrl X, Y, and Enter to save your changes. So you can set your domain, Nextcloud, the user and the password and the time zone, and yeah, just keep the database as it is. So let's deploy the project. It's okay, you don't need to go to this directory in order to deploy, because it's already specified in the command. So let's paste this one, and let's deploy from this command. Now it's time to deploy the container by running the following command. Okay, so let's do it. It downloads the images, and so let's read this information. Creates an empty skeleton for null users. Okay, so I don't want to use like skeletons, so I want to keep it like clean. If you want to set this as I showed you, and this will prevent Nextcloud making a lot of trash with this preview, because this with time make a lot of space in your storage. But if for you previews are very important, just do not run this script. So in here there is a description what this script does, and this is what this is doing. So let's edit this script. Okay, so it says something like Nextcloud container. We're going to generate a log if in case there is any error, and it executes this function. And what it does basically is disable large previews, set default skeleton empty, and run maintenance and clear cache. and update the time. This is very important to add the trusted domains, so you can add with the custom domains that you set before. This domain that you set or somewhere over here, set in the domain. So you need to allow Nextcloud and to allow you to log in using this domain, and it restarts. That's basically what it does. You can read this information when you edit this file. I'm not making any changes. You can delete this one if you really need previews of pictures. You can just delete this part, but it's up to you. I'm gonna keep it like that. And so we were somewhere in here in deployment. After configuring the script to match your preference, it's time to make it executable by changing its permission and execute the script. So we're going to do that. We are going to make it executable, and we are going to execute that script. So it's disabling large previews, and it's making all the process. That's it. So it finished. Let's see if there is any error. So let's see with cat, and let's copy this for any errors, possible errors. And there is none, so it's okay. It's fine. Right now it's fine. It doesn't have any error. So let's configure the Nextcloud instance. Open your browsers and type the Nextcloud domain, followed by the first time. This is just the first time. You have to add the /, just the first time. Yeah. So okay, if you forgot your credentials. So let's go with my domain, which is this one, and /. It might be restarting, but we see it worked. And let's pretend I forgot my credentials, so I can print the information of my variable, environmental variables. So I go with Ctrl+Shift+B, and my username is Chris and my password is admin. So let's say this one Chris and this one is admin. Okay, so let's go to files, and I think for the first time you might have some skeleton, but we don't, which is really good. I don't like skeletons. So let's configure it. Apart from all your custom configurations, you should disable apps, two-factor authenticator. I highly recommend this one. So go to apps, disable apps. It's already enabled. Just in case you have disabled, I highly recommend you to have this one, two-factor authentication. Okay, and we have to allow external storage support. So let's go external. Is it already external? Oh, it's already enabled, so which is really good. And then just go to personal settings, security, and enable the TOTP. It's like a more secure way to log in. So you go to personal settings, and in personal settings you go to TOTP, security, and you can set this one with Google Authenticator app or whatever you prefer. And then you go to administration settings, external storage. I already have all that. But you can go to these administration settings and external storage and set this one. external storage. If you don't see this one, allow it from disabled apps, and mine is already set, but let's disconnect this one. Just go here, administration. Okay, let's do this again. So folder name, let's say my storage. External storage is in local, is in my server, and the authentication there is no needed, and the location it's in this location, external. Set directory and name as you prefer, and location as external. This one, just make sure it is slash this one, forward slash, and that's it. I'm going to allow it for all people. That's it. Something's going on. Admin, and that's it, my storage. So now let's see in files. It was set before, but it is here, and this is the picture that I have. This is me, this is my passenger. So that is a picture. If you allowed previews, you will have a preview of a picture here, but it will create trash files over time. I do not like that, so I prefer just to have it like that. So this is the basic, and you can go through more additional settings over here. You can set whatever you prefer. Interface, make sure you have self-volume in the external storage. Oh, this is very important. All your information should be in this directory, in this one. This is the one that we set as a subvolume on the SDA3 partition. So make sure everything is in your external storage. That is a partition. Why it is external? Because it is not in my Docker container. That's why it says external. External means is in your server, but doesn't mean it's in other location. So basically, just store everything in here. I highly recommend that. In case you delete your container, all this information that is outside, this one and this one, is going to be gone. I played with this before, that's why I have a copy of this one in here. So just read this one. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed. This is a good way to access all your information, all your services from your telnet. I highly recommend Telescal. I hope you liked. If there is a change or something, I will post it in here. I will try to keep this updated with the last information. So just follow this guide, read everything, is not too much, just read it, just in case there are some changes from the moment I created this video. So I hope you enjoyed. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.